Another thing that people do before harvesting is they flush their plants, run water through the medium, or they will simply cut off nutrients. They won't feed nutrients for the final 1 to 2 weeks before harvest. Some people go even longer than that. Now, there have been a couple studies on flushing. Arc Screen Technology study comes to mind for me, where they really found no difference between flushed and unflushed buds. Give me some insight on your end. Does flushing your plants before harvest provide any benefits?
It's a little bit of a myth and a misconception. If you think about how things work out in nature, plants don't necessarily have a choice to stop taking things up. It's really about how they metabolize the various elements and how those relate to carbon metabolism. In the first episode that we did, we had kind of tied all of the macronutrients like the NPKs and the calciums and magnesium, so on and so forth, to what plants are trying to achieve, because all of it just ultimately comes to carbon metabolism. And I really feel like a lot of growers are leaving yield and quality on the table if they're cutting nutrients out too soon, because this whole flushing process is a little bit of a misconception from that perspective of you're going to get an increase in potency or you're going to get an increase in quality. That's generally speaking not the way it works. And then even furthermore, if the goal is to flush some kind of residual salts away from the roots to prevent them from being taken up or whatever, it would actually be a beneficial practice to incorporate a small amount of some potassium that has organic acids associated with it, because those organic acids can directly participate in these types of salt binding and detoxifying processes that I think a lot of growers seek when they add just plain water into the medium. The other thing to consider too is that the constant flow of some of these minerals working their way into the plant is very, very important for that long-term sort of stability of the flower or the whatever product it is whatever plant it is that you're trying to grow. Getting a little bit of calcium, getting a little bit of potassium in with every single watering is going to help with certain things like gene expression, charge conductance, and if the plants are doing, photosynthesis during the last couple of days or even the last couple of weeks of their life, a lot of the carbon that flows through the plant from photosynthesis, plants are looking towards some of these minerals to help create a little bit of a charge balance between them. So potassium is actually a really good one to talk about in that from that perspective, because if you feed potassium to your plants during the mid to late stages of flowering, you're actually increasing the overall appetite that the plant has for taking CO2 out of the air. And this directly, and in conjunction with the light, obviously, this directly impacts the overall production of terpenes and other compounds that people might want from their plants.
This clip is brought to you by Happy Hydro. For all your garden equipment needs, visit happyhydro.com, link is in the video description, and use the discount code MrGrowIt.